Hi guys, it's time for our vocab lesson this week. Let's start with word number one, abstruse. A-B-S-T-R-U-S-E. Abstruse, guys, means something that's really complicated, something that cannot be understood. It's very difficult to comprehend, and I can say, for example, your theory or your explanation is abstruse. Word number two for today is affluent. A-F-F-L-U-E-N-T. Affluent is or can be a very common word if you replace it instead of wealthy or rich. Affluent, wealthy, and rich, they all mean the same thing. So a very useful word to know and to use and to learn. Word number three for today is antithesis. Antithesis is simply the opposite of something. It's spelled A-N-T-I-T-H-E-S-I-S. So it's something opposite of the other thing. For example, a contradiction. So I can say your theory is the complete antithesis of my theory. It means complete opposite. We're talking about different things, and that's why it's a contradiction. So you can say instead of the word contradiction, you can say antithesis. Word number four is a disaffected, D-I-S-A-F-F-E-C-T-E-D. Now, disaffected, you might think, and I also thought the same thing when I first looked at it, I felt it means that you're not affected, right? But in fact, when that is the case, when you're not affected by something, you simply say, I'm not affected by whatever. The word disaffected, though, it means that you're upset with authority. So if you're disaffected, you're a disaffected person. So maybe at work, you don't like your boss. Or maybe in the government, you don't like the prime minister, the president. So you don't like someone or the whole authority. That makes you disaffected. Very crazy, right? Very crazy word how they put it together. English can be really weird. Word number five is dispel. Dispel is something you might have heard more commonly. D-I-S-P-E-L. Dispel is just to disperse, move in different directions, go in different places. It's just, for example, if you're in an army, your commander can say dispel. It means move or scatter or split up, so you can be in different positions. Just disperse. Same meaning. Word number six is exacerbate. E-X-A-C-E-R-B-A-T-E. Exacerbate is a very good word because it is used when you worsen something. So if something is, for example, I am trying to give someone some advice, and it's about their life or business, and it makes their business worse after my advice. Now I keep giving them more advice, and they will say, you know what, I don't want your advice because I don't want to exacerbate my business. So that means it's worsening their business. So something that is being damaged or becoming worse, it's exacerbate. It's a good word to use instead of saying worsening or making worse. You can say exacerbate. The next word is number seven, inane. Inane is something that is completely senseless, simply. So something that doesn't make sense, you can call it senseless, you can call it unworthy, unwarranted, a lot of things. You can also call it senseless, or in this case, inane. Inane is a much more fancy word. It could be used in more formal gatherings, and it is a common word relatively. Okay, the next word is effusively. E-F-F-U-S-I-V-E-L-Y. Effusively is someone who is excessively emotional, and it's used in a negative way. So if I am effusively talking about my career, maybe it's supposed to be a normal discussion in the gathering I'm in, but I'm just like jumping and talking about my career or really like being loud, and it doesn't make sense because it's supposed to be a gathering where we're having a normal, stable discussion. But if I'm being overly emotional, I might get irritating, and people might say this guy is effusively talking about his career or whatever I'm talking about. It's just too much emotion, which is not needed. The next word is utopia. The state of utopia. It's a common thing you will hear maybe in movies, for example. Utopia. Utopia is a state of perfection. So when people say that I want to do the best that I can, but I cannot achieve utopia, or I cannot achieve the state of utopia, it simply means I cannot achieve the state of perfection. I can try my best, but the state of utopia, which is the state of perfection, is really difficult. So that is utopia. Utopia means perfection. I think even a movie was named Utopia, or maybe it was a TV series. It means perfection. So a very common word. Number 10, tirade. So tirade, T-I-R-A-D-E, is a good word to know because it's something you can use when you're having a rant Okay, so if you're having a speech or a monologue where you keep talking very angrily about something, like you're really mad about something, you keep going on about it, you talk for minutes or even hours, that is your tirade. That hateful speech, that angry speech is called tirade. Word number 11 is puerile, P-U-E-R-I-L-E. Puerile is childlike, so something immature. So your comments are puerile. It simply means that it is childlike, it's not warranted, you should have better comments, for example. Number 12 is obdurate, O-B-D-U-R-A-T-E. I like this word. Obdurate is a word that shows someone is stubborn, but they're stubborn in doing the wrong thing. Okay, so if, for example, I have a child and I am trying to coach them to not do drugs, but I'm punishing them, like beating them up, and I'm stubborn that this is the best way to do it. Everybody else is telling me this is the wrong way, but I think it's the best way, and I keep doing that. What I'm doing is I'm being obdurate in my approach, like completely stubborn, but it's not good. It's not in a good way. I'm going after the wrong thing stubbornly. So I'm an obdurate person if that's the case. Number 13 is penury, P-E-N-U-R-Y. Penury is the state of poverty. So this country suffers from hunger and penury. It means hunger and poverty. So not a good word for real life, but of course it's good to know as vocabulary and good to use. Word number 14 is rescind. Rescind, R-E-S-C-I-N-D. Rescind means to cancel. So if I want to rescind someone's job application, it simply means I want to cancel that, I want to revoke that, and anything that's been canceled or revoked is rescind. This is something you will hear in a lot of formal conversations or letters or emails, because usually people just say cancel, but rescind is something more formally used, and yes, it is used very commonly, especially when you're talking about job offers or applications that are refused. They can be rescind or rescinded in the past tense. Word number 15, the last word for today, is travesty, a much more common word that I'm sure you guys have heard, T-R-A-V-E-S-T-Y. Travesty is something that is a mockery of something serious. So if I am saying, like, there's a religion and I say something bad about it, I make a joke about it, someone can say this is a travesty of the religion, or simply this is a travesty. It means I'm mocking that religion, which nobody should do, but I'm mocking that and it is distasteful, it's not pleasant, and someone should stop. So whoever is committing this travesty is usually the villain or the bad person, and it's very similar to sarcasm or insults, which is why nobody should commit the, well, you cannot say commit the act of travesty, but that situation is very negative. And that's it. That's our last word for today. 15 words for today for Monday. Every Monday we do this. If you want to learn more, please subscribe to our channel. You'll learn lots of new content. And please share it with your friends. Tell them what we're doing here. Thank you guys. Take care. I'll talk to you very soon.